That's fatal.
Today, I want to talk about MyFaction, specifically Persona cards, because Persona cards are now slowly rolling out to be purchasable on the card market in WWE 2K24. Now, for a little while there, I was kind of up in the air if we were ever going to be able to purchase MyFaction Persona cards outright, or if it was more so of a one and done type of thing, where if you missed out on it, well, you're shit out of luck. With the most recent hotfix, I'm not going to call it a patch because it was like literally nothing. It just fixed the AI essentially. But with the most recent hotfix, they included some Persona cards on the card market for you to buy separately. You can actually go ahead and filter the cards for Persona cards if you want to just buy those specifically. Well, how much are they to buy? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into in today's video. But before that, let's go through a brief rundown of MyFaction and how we got here. So MyFaction, the game mode, debuted in WWE 2K22. And this game mode allowed you to collect superstars, managers, and boosts, form the ultimate WWE stable, and take on regularly updated challenges. With the launch of WWE 2K22 just days away, 2K sharing a quick guide to the franchise first MyFaction mode. MyFaction is a new take on a classic team building mode in which players collect, manage, and upgrade an array of WWE superstars and legends to create their ultimate 4-person factions. So this right here was WWE's version of NBA's My Team. And when MyFaction mode first came out, the NBA 2K set of players were all collectively slapping their heads. They already knew what was happening before us WWE 2K players knew what was happening. Now see, up to this point, NBA 2K's My Team mode was already full of microtransactions. So those players knew that this right here was pretty much WWE 2K's My Team in disguise. But majority of the fan base and the players tried to be optimistic with this game mode, myself included, and we want to see if this game mode could do better. So when it first got introduced in 2K22, we gave it a shot. Majority of us realized we don't really like it, it's not cut out for us, whatever, no harm, no foul. If you don't like the game mode, don't play it, move on. But us as the players, we didn't really miss out on anything if we skipped this game mode. Now on to WWE 2K23. WWE 2K23's MyFaction mode included online play and quick online play for you to use your 4-person team versus someone else's 4-person team. And that was a really cool addition for the people that loved MyFaction. They were asking for some online play to use their 4 cards against another person's 4 cards. So that was a nice addition. And of course, they expanded on the previous features from WWE 2K22. But WWE 2K23's MyFaction mode is where players started noticing a problem. And that was exclusive superstars stuck behind the mode that you could only use in that game mode. And that was it. We have superstars like John Cena action figure, which of course is now available in 2K24, so that's good. Shout out 2K. But we had John Cena action figure. We had Lily the doll. There was Stone Cold Steve Austin Broken Skull T version, which wasn't much of a difference than the Stone Cold Steve Austin we have in the game. It was just like a different colored beard, but it was a new model. The Miz 11, again, not a big deal. Undertaker 20, WrestleMania 36. And the one that I actually got upset about, and that is Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. See, the other superstars were just like, whatever. Having John Cena action figure and Lily the doll would have been a really cool, new model to play as. But to be honest, I wasn't really going to play as them anyways. But when it came to Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner with the entrance motion and all that stuff and the brand new look to his character, because we were stuck with the legend version on the roster, to tie Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner behind MyFaction mode, and that is it, you can only play him in MyFaction and the online MyFaction mode, that was a big slap in the face. Now, I believe they gave us his entrance and his motion and all that stuff for free to add on to our own Scott Steiner cause if we wanted to, but it's just not the same like having the actual model. So this is where that problem that players realized started to ramp up. Now we're worried. Now we're thinking, okay, so that means a bunch of old different gimmicks from past superstars are going to be tied to MyFaction and that's it. So if they're tying Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner behind MyFaction, what other gimmicks are they going to tie behind MyFaction? Now, I don't think majority of the players that don't even play MyFaction really cared that MyFaction was getting new superstars. It was the fact that it was exclusive to MyFaction that really bugged us. If there was just a way to unlock these superstars or even buy these superstars to then play as them in exhibition mode, we would definitely be a lot happier. And that's where 2K leaves us today. WWE 2K24, that obviously expands on all the features from WWE 2K22 and WWE 2K23's MyFaction mode, but includes a new thing called Persona cards. So Persona cards, the thought of that idea, being able to unlock a new superstar that is a brand new model in MyFaction mode and then automatically unlock them in our roster to play as in exhibition mode. When the game first released, we had 3 Persona cards to sort of get a feel for how they were going to work. We had John Cena action figure given to us for free via MyFaction locker code. We had the Cody Rhodes Elite action figure given to us via pre-order bonus. And it came with a new Sheamus that also had a new theme song that we could use in the jukebox, as well as add to our creator wrestlers. And during my Rise mode, we also had Zero, which was just like a different version of Xavier Woods. But it was really cool being able to see these Persona cards and the thought process behind them and how they were going to work in WWE 2K24. The future was looking promising. Awesome, so you're saying that once these new Persona cards come out, I can just go and buy them right away? No. You see, when it comes to WWE 2K or 2K in general, there's always a catch. What is the catch this time for new Persona cards? Well, these things called oddities. Now, what are oddities? Well, oddities are these cards of various items that you have to collect in order to unlock a Persona card. For example, there's still Shield Seth Rollins and I think Trick Williams 22. Those 2 Persona cards were in the game since launch, but there's still no way to unlock them unless you have the game on PC and you unlock them via like a trainer or a modding program. Now, Trick Williams 22 is no different from Trick Williams in the game, except he has boxing gloves and that's pretty much it. But Seth Rollins' Shield version comes with the Shield theme song and the Trons and all that stuff, and the model is not different, it just comes with the Shield Trons and music. Alright, so we need 5 oddities to unlock these Persona cards. Okay, no problem. Okay, I'm just gonna buy these oddities on the card market. No. You see, when it comes to oddities, you can only get them if you play the various live events that has that oddity attached to it as a reward. You might not see an oddity you need on a live event in weeks. Also, if you missed out on that live event, you'd have to wait till it circles back again, or if 2K gave us an alternate way to unlock that oddity. These oddities were scrambled all over the MyFaction mode. Some oddities you can get in random packs, some oddities are for live events, some oddities are for MyFaction Wars. You had to be a full-time MyFaction player to be able to even know when these oddities were popping up and even have the chance to get them. But here's the kicker. Let's say you're doing a live event and you find an oddity as a reward. Well, awesome, cool. So let me just play that live event. Sorry, you need a specific card from this specific pack to play in this live event mode. Okay, great. So now I gotta go and buy that pack with real money or use my MyFaction points from just playing the game mode to buy one of these packs. Now, most times they're pretty generous when it comes to these MyFaction points for buying single packs and all that stuff. So majority of us will be able to buy 1 or 2 packs whenever we need to. But the problem is it's RNG based, so you might not even get the superstar you need from that pack, and then you're shit out of luck and you gotta grind MyFaction points again to even have enough at another attempt at buying a pack. But like I said, buying these single packs doesn't guarantee you getting a superstar that you need for the live event to unlock the oddity that you then need to add to your oddity collection for the Persona card. So you can see how the casual player would get very confused on how to unlock these Persona cards. Remember when I said, why don't we just buy the oddities in the card market? Well, the problem is the oddities are not on the card market, which makes no sense because 2K would make a killing if they allowed us to buy these oddities, because holy crap, I am not going to be sitting through this grind to unlock oddities. So as of today, the only way to get oddities is to just play the various game modes on MyFaction mode and just get lucky, really. And like I said earlier on in the video, Seth Rollins' Shield version and Trick Williams 22 are not even available yet to get. All the oddities for them are not out yet. Their models are in the files, like they're there, ready to unlock, but you just can't get the oddities for them unless you have the game on PC with a trainer or a modding program. More Persona cards obviously came out, like Ichiban Hulk Hogan, Man Bun Roman Reigns, a Chad Gable, a Becky Lynch, these new demastered models that are supposed to look like the Nintendo 64 versions, but really they just look like PSP versions of their models. There was also Man Bun Roman Reigns and the Rock 24 from the press conference. Now those two were another great example of Persona cards that just took way too much of a grind and RNG to unlock. To get Man Bun Roman Reigns at the time, you had to buy a pack that had a specific Sami Zayn card in it. And once you finally got that Sami Zayn card, you then had to complete a live event. Now the problem was getting that Sami Zayn card because of the RNG. For Roman Reigns 24, this was a live event reward in the month of May. You had to spend money or MyFaction points to buy the Punches and Promos pack in hope to get an Amethyst Sami Zayn. It had to be an Amethyst Sami Zayn. Once you got that Amethyst Sami Zayn, you can then compete in the live event to get the Man Bun Roman Reigns Persona card. For the updated Rock with the new tattoo, as well as his press conference gear for WrestleMania 40, that one you had to collect a certain amount of cards from the Punches and Promos pack to then unlock the Rock 24 automatically. You needed an Amethyst Sami Zayn, an Amethyst Kevin Owens, a Ruby Miz, a Ruby Bray Wyatt, and a Ruby Jive Owens. Those are the 5 rarest cards in that Punches and Promos pack, and you needed all 5 to then automatically unlock the Rock 24. There were players online that spent up to $400 on Punches and Promos packs to then finally unlock the Rock 24. That's how badly randomized it is when it comes to the RNG from these packs in MyFaction mode. For Chad Gable 16 and Becky Lynch 18, these are just Amethyst Rarity Persona cards that can be obtained from the Singlet Supreme pack. So these two were a lot easier to get You just have to constantly buy the Singlet Supreme packs and hopes to get Chad Gable 16 or Becky Lynch 18. So these two here, you just have to get lucky and buy them in their respective packs. For the demastered 64-bit versions of Asuka, Bianca Belair, Mia Yim, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roman Reigns, these again are obtained by just buying the demastered series packs and getting lucky by unlocking them. Randy Orton 09, Seth Rollins 14, and Trick Williams 22 are the only 3 Persona cards that you need oddities to unlock, and I don't think anyone has unlocked all 3 anyways. So as you can see, MyFaction Persona cards are a complete mess and they're all over the place. And unless you're playing this game mode specifically 24/7 and constantly keeping up to date with it, you're gonna miss out on some of these Persona cards probably forever, and you will always have an incomplete roster in WWE 2K24. Unless you're willing to shell out hundreds and hundreds of dollars on buying packs and hope to unlock Persona cards, you're pretty much never going to unlock them. Now let's circle back to the beginning of this video where I said Persona cards are now available to buy on the card market. Well, let's calculate how much it would cost to currently buy the 3 Persona cards that are on the card market right now. So as you can see, we're in the card market right now, and I'm filtering through all the filters, and you're going to notice not a single oddity filter, which means you can't buy oddity cards at all. Like, so we have powerhouses, strikers, technicians, high flyers, bronze, silver, gold, emerald, sapphire, ruby, amethyst, diamond, pink diamond, galaxy opal, male, female, and then Persona card. At first, Persona card was empty, but now Persona card has 3 cards for you to buy outright. Just straight up buy them at the card market. Don't have to worry about getting them in a certain pack or anything like that. You can just buy them outright from the market. So we have 3 currently, and that is Roman Reigns 24, man bun version, Becky Lynch, as well as Chad Gable. As you can see, they don't all cost the same. Roman Reigns and Chad Gable cost 100,000 MyFaction points. Those are the points that you can get by just playing the game mode. Or 90,000 VC. Now VC is the currency that you have to use real money to buy. Becky Lynch is 130,000 MyFaction points or 117,000 VC. So as you can see, if you just want to play the game mode naturally, it's a lot of grinding to get a total of 330,000 MyFaction points to outright buy these Persona cards. 330,000 MyFaction points. I can't imagine how much you got to play this game mode to get that much points. The casual player for sure is not doing that. Okay, fine. Maybe you don't want to grind out MyFaction mode, right? Maybe you just want to buy them right away and just buy Roman Reigns or buy all 3 of them. Well, how much would it cost if I were to buy all 3 of these right now? Let's check. So we got 90,000 plus 117,000 plus another 90,000. That comes up to 297,000 VC to buy all 3 of these cards. All right, sounds good. So I guess I'll just give them exactly 297,000 VC, and I should be able to buy all 3, right? Let's try that. So I'm going to click on Roman Reigns. I'm going to go purchase with VC. All right, looks like we have only 5 options of VC here. We have 15,000 VC pack, 32,500, 67,500, 187,500, and 400,000. What the hell? So as you can see, these numbers are all over the place. And if you buy some of these packs, you might get like an additional 2,500 or additional 7,500, etc., right? But as you can see, you can't just outright buy the exact amount you need to get a certain card or to get all the cards on the market. You have to buy various packs to add up to those points. So 297,000 to buy all 3 cards. That means I would have to buy 1 pack for 66.99 Canadian. Now the prices you're seeing are Canadian prices, so they're going to be like $10 cheaper for you if you're in the States. But for me, I would have to buy this pack right here for $66.99. And this would come with 187,500 points plus an additional 37,500 for free. So plus 37,500. That would equal 225,000. I'm still short from the 297,000 mark that I'm looking for. I have to buy 1 of these. Then I would have to buy this pack right here for $26.99, and that would equal to 300,000 VC points. So I would have to buy these 2 packs right here to be able to buy all 3 Persona cards. Or I could just buy the 400,000 VC pack and I guarantee I can buy all 3 Persona cards. But that right there is $133.49. $133.49 plus tax, because we had to pay tax on the PlayStation Store here in Canada. Stupid. But that's also plus tax. Buying this game and getting the WrestleMania edition cost me around that much money. So I would have to pay that much money again to get all 3 Persona cards? Holy shit. Okay, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. I don't actually have to buy that pack, of course. So I just have to buy these 2 packs to get all 3 cards at the moment. It would equal $93.98 plus tax. I don't know what the tax would be, but it would roughly be like $100. So regardless, I'm still paying like $100 plus to get all 3 Persona cards. Canadian. For Americans, it might be a little cheaper, but still, it'd be like outrageous. So in conclusion, I think Persona cards and these MyFaction unlocks were just a bad idea. I'm gonna just say it. It was just a bad idea. I tried to be optimistic with 2K22. I tried to stay optimistic with 2K23, but seeing the exclusives show up sort of, brought my hope down. And then with 2K24 introducing Persona cards, I got optimistic again, like, oh my god, we can actually unlock these new models now and play as them in exhibition mode. But with how hard it is to get them, how random it is, as well as how much you got to spend to even just buy them outright, is absolutely ridiculous and outrageous, and I just cannot support this. I cannot recommend you guys buying VC to buy a card. I cannot recommend it. Maybe if you want to buy one specific card and it's someone you really, really love and it's someone you really want to play as, then okay, I can sort of justify dishing out $60 for one card. But if you want to buy every single Persona card coming out on the market, you'll be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And if you have the money, by all means, go ahead. But me personally, I cannot recommend doing this. I could buy these cards right now, but even I can't justify doing so. I have the game on PC and I have modding programs to unlock the characters for me, and I'm just going to stick with that. But as you can see, the prices to buy these cards are actually ridiculous, and hopefully they reduce the price in the future. Maybe when the game is closer to like pretty much ending and 2K25's marketing is starting, maybe they'll bundle up all these Persona cards into a pack and then you pay $50 for like all of them, not $50 per card. I would much rather pay $50 to get every single Persona card rather than $50 per Persona card. But this is exactly what the NBA 2K side of players saw happening once this game mode got announced, and they were completely right. Do you plan on buying every single one of these Persona cards on the market so that you have a complete roster, or are you just like not bothering because it's too expensive? Let me know in the comment section down below what card you plan on buying once it's available on the market, or if you don't plan on buying any single card at all. Let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to give the video a like, subscribe, notifications on, and I'll catch you next video. For those who even know, peace.